Welcome back, race fans, to another SSK Invitational out here. It's presented by Ninth Gear Broadcasting. Guys, been in the booth, Luke alongside Kevin. Kevin, how we doing tonight?
Man, I'm super excited for this one, Luke. I know I say that every time, but I think this is going to be a special one. We have a lot of very, very talented drivers out here, and we have 36 laps of Talladega Super Speedway racing ahead of us.
Yeah, it's my favorite track, Kevin. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this one. These trucks are a little difficult to handle on some of these turns, but I think the guys can get her done. So I believe we already have the grid and everything. So the grid is yours if you want it, Kevin.
Yeah, and how about getting the best qualifying time on your pole? John Ward, and on his outside is going to be Daniel Fogingham. That second line is going to consist of Casey Sprinkle and Kyler Wynn. The third line is going to be Kwame Scott and Ethan Eckert. Following them is going to be Trevor Asvernoff and Kenny McCullough Jr. On your fifth line is going to be David Overstreet and Quentin Steinbach. Sixth line is going to be Michael Wingo and Joey Mazowicz. Next, you're going to have Chris the Big Roos Walker and Josh McCullough. And rounding it out is going to be Ambrose Knievel.
And what a name for Chris Walker.
And that's what I read, so that might be
That's
an
exactly
official
what I
name.
read. That's exactly what I read too.
But yeah, we have 15
awesome.
drivers out here, Luke. It's not a huge field.
No, it's not, but it's full of a lot of talented drivers. So I think regardless, we're going to see some exciting racing out here tonight. How about that? We're seeing your slow bumper sticker. How about John Ward getting the pole out here tonight, Kevin? You really seem to have a nice time there.
Yeah, and John Ward, definitely a sleeper in these races. He can get it done when it matters. Not much of a team racer out here from what I've heard, but regardless, he finds the line and he gets himself to the front in a hurry in a lot of these races. So going to be interesting to see what he can do in a shorter field than what we're used to.
Oh, yeah. But, it's not a very long race, 36 laps. We're not in for a super long one, but assuming we stay green here, pit strategy is going to come into question here for these guys. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these drivers handle that. I think I'm seeing the Batman car down there, too, near the back. Saw the Batman logo. Hold on. Where was it? There it is, the number 98. Car. Yep, number 98. That's Michael Wingo.
That's a good-looking vehicle for Wingo. Big Batman guy, Luke?
Hey, I always liked watching the comics growing up, Kevin, and movies are hard to dislike, I'll be honest with you. But the pace car is going to be in.
Pace car coming in. It's going to be the command of John Ward. Daniel Fogingham is going to be on his outside. We're going to have 30 laps of green flag racing in these trucks, and there is going to be need for at least one pit, so going to be super interesting to see. But Flagman ready. They're coming to the line. They're coming to the restart zone, and we are green here at Talladega.
And off we go. It's going to be Fogingham getting a little jump on the outside there to start this one off.
Yeah, good jump for that outside line, really making it work early, especially, we usually see guys through 1 and 2 maybe get clear a car, but not happening this time, as Daniel Foggingham's going to shoot out onto the back straightaway and regain the lead on the first lap of 36.
They are moving. Going up through the gears and going into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be John Ward on that inside line leading it off.
Yeah, and how about how that name is being registered in P13 right now? The Big Roost. What an interesting nickname. I like it.
It's probably gonna keep our thing bugged out there for a while. We won't really be able to see the gap for him, but it's alright. We don't need to see the gap anyways.
Fogingham made his way into the inside in front of John Ward. That's going to give Kyler Wynn the control of the outside alongside Ethan Eckert. And Fockingham's going to maintain the lead going into 1 and 2, but the outside line seems to be where the speed's at so far in this one.
Yeah, so far, but then again, we still have a lot of racing left. 34 laps, so anything could happen. We could see some lines change out here. We haven't even seen the third line just yet, so who knows? Maybe that third line might be the one to run. Well, Kyler Wick sliding to the inside and taking his first lead of the night.
Yeah, and as he makes it to the bottom, that's going to cycle Ethan Eckert back up. And it seems like it's the same cycle of the outside line dominating, them dropping down, then another guy coming up. So how about Trevor Aswinarth making it up to P4? He started in P7, so he's moving in the right direction. But you know, a lot of racing left. Anything can happen. Right now we're just seeing two wide, but I think if that third line opens up, it's going to be the line to beat, the way we've seen this, you know, higher line already with the momentum.
And so far, so clean with these guys, and we are not getting a read for Devin right now in the game. I don't believe he is in the race here this evening, unfortunately. But how about that third line already starting to loom there near the back?
Yeah, and you know, Devin's always in the chat, trying to get us fellow degenerates gambling, so maybe that's what's being
maybe for our bank
Danny
accounts. Yeah, it's for the best.
But Kyler Wynn currently leading this one on the inside line. Third line has opened up.
What a surprise!
As you can imagine, it's got some speed. But yeah, how about Kenny up there, really making it work. Him and Josh looking to do some damage in this one with a smaller field. Any team racing is definitely going to do wonders here at Talladega.
Yeah, no doubt. But as of right now, it's still going to be Kyler Wynn on the inside. I believe we see Eberhardt on that second line, and Kenny McCullough leading the third line. So a lot of strong front runners up there leading all these lines. And Kyler Wynn's going to like to take the second line and get Daniel Paulman on the inside. He's still clear. Yeah. He could still transfer down if he wants to.
Yeah, and that was Ethan Eckert on the middle line. Eberhardt is unfortunately not in this race. But regardless, it's not getting as much speed as I would have imagined. This inside line's really still making it work, but I think whoever's that car length out ahead is really making him check up a little bit. So Daniel Falkingham rotates back to the lead after the middle line gets stuffed up a little bit. And John Ward hot on his tail as we are 30 to go here at Talladega. That third line led by Trevor Aspenarth, and if I'm not mistaken, he actually won the last Big Dog event I think it was yesterday with SSK, so he's looking to keep the momentum rolling. I know a lot of these guys run a lot of these different series, but as for SSK, I know a lot of familiar faces out here, Luke.
Yeah, no doubt. A lot of familiar faces. A lot of very talented drivers, like I said earlier on in this race. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting one. And they are side by side by side out here. 3 wide for the lead. 7 laps for this one.
Yeah, and you know, nice to at least see everyone's still in this main pack. I'm trying to get a read on the fuel window.
That's a good question. I think it's probably going to be like it was last time, right? So what, like 2 pits technically? If I'm remembering right?
65% fuel on here, and it's a 35 to 38 window, so So 35. It's looking like it's going to be about a 22 to 25 lap window. So one pit out here tonight, around the 22 to 25 lap range. So definitely going to shake things up. As they're already shaking things up a little bit.
Boy.
Back to 3 Eckert and Steinbach kind of getting a little wiggly there, but able to sort it out, and we are 3 wide racing here at Talladega.
And that high line, electing to run it a little higher than normal, maybe trying to get a little bit of speed there to slingshot him up on that back straightaway. You can see it here. Some very, very clean driving out here thus far tonight. These drivers sure know what they're doing, Kevin.
Yeah, that they do, and if you want to take a look at some of our leaders' safety ratings, I'm sure it won't disappoint. I'm sure a lot of these guys, though might not run too much official, yeah, I mean, just unbelievable.
Yeah, just looking back at some of these drivers, Michael Wingo, the only B-class driver currently in here, but the whole rest of the field, I mean, is just... yeah. The whole rest of the field is definitely stacked in terms of safety rating. But then again, safety rating isn't everything, so just because you got a high safety rating doesn't mean you win the race.
Yeah, and as you say that, I think Kyler Wynn, our leader, is at best a B class.
Yep, he's a B class. Oh, and Devin's here.
Yeah, and Ethan Eckert really had a good lead there in 3 and 4, able to pick his line. He's going to opt to go in front of Daniel Falkingham on the middle line. Here comes John Ward again on the inside. He's being pushed right now by the 46 car of Overstreet.
It's been a lot of green flag racing out here tonight, Kevin. We have now seen 12 consecutive clean laps, compared to 25 to go. You think that's going to get a little more shaky out here as we move further on from this race, or are they going to keep it as clean as we've been seeing?
They're really in a rhythm right now, Luke, and I'd like to point out sometimes when we get these green flag runs, it's kind of, tooth and nail, and you can kind of feel it coming, and I don't really get that feeling tonight. They've been super clean. They've been super conservative. They've been very, precise with their transfers, and I think it's just going to continue to get that way the more comfortable they get out here, especially after a green flag pit. So, as much as I want to say we're going to see some big wrecks in this one, I'm not quite positive.
One can only hope they keep things green here. So far from what we've seen tonight, these guys have kept it pretty clean, but as we say that, things start to get a little shaky, but they hold it together.
A little stuffy in the back, maybe a little bit of checking going on that inside line, but that middle line now seems to be the one wiggling. All in all, it's still pretty clean. The third line's coming, and they're coming fast. That's going to be led by Da Big Roost, Chris Walker. He's now moved all the way up into the top 3-4 spots. So a little bit of momentum from the outside line, despite only being 3 cars.
We've seen quite a few lead changes throughout the night out here, Kevin, but so far, Daniel Falkingham, Ethan Eckert, and Kyler Wynn, it seems as though they've all been the ones standing up there near the front, along with John Ward as well. They've all kind of been the guys running up front. They're all still within the top 5, so I don't think they're out of this one.
Yeah, no doubt that they're still... Oh, and we're wrecking, and that's going to be the first caution. And that's going to send Kenny on his top. McCullough's going to be involved.
Joshua and
number
Kenny.
4. Yeah, both the McCulloughs
Joshua, Kenny,
involved.
Quentin.
Steinbach's going to be in there.
Yeah, we're going to go back
Maybe
and
a
look at that
little
one.
bit by Masowicz, but
Damn.
I think the McCulloughs got the worst of that one, Luke.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at that one and see what happened there. Oh, looks like it just happens right in front of him. Tell you what, maybe let's go back and hop on board Kenny and see what happened from Kenny's point of view there. Oh,
Yeah,
and everyone kind of
nowhere to
stops
go
in front of him,
McCullough.
and of course, unfortunately, Joshua was right behind him, and that results in both of them being collected in that one. But
I'm not sure how we saw Kenny upside down there, but regardless, I want to point out that
oh, there it is.
yeah, gets collected with Josh.
Yep.
I'd like to point out a couple things now, Logan. This really changes the dynamic of this race. A, that puts us right into the frame of them being able to pit under caution here and make it to the end of the race with, I think, about one green-white checker to spare. So they're going to take their pit here and should be able to run the rest of the way through. Another thing I want to point out is we do have a fast repair. Do not count the McCulloughs out. They're starting together because they're going to be starting in the back. They are already back out of the pits. And back up to speed. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. So just a couple things there that, definitely changed the dynamic of this race. I don't know, did we see the pits already, or are they coming in here? They're coming in here.
Yeah, they're coming in here.
So, majority of the field comes in here. Falkingham leads as of now. We're going to have to pay attention to the race off pit road as the entire field decides to come in here. Drivers start peeling off into their respective boxes, and John Ward obviously in the furthest box as he was on your pole tonight. I assume everyone's going to opt for full fuel here, and wow, Falkingham's going to win off by a landslide, and John Ward's going to fall to 5th place. Not sure what position he came into the box at, but definitely a good pit for Daniel Falkingham as he's going to maintain the lead here. That's the glory of iRacing. Everyone has the same pit times.
Oh, yeah.
But, Eckert's going to lose a lot of spots there on that pit. Eckert's actually still in the pits.
He's leaving now.
Maybe a little bit of damage he wanted to clear up. A couple seconds, because that was about a 30-second pit, so it definitely does make you wonder when gains 1 possession off that pit. The Big Roos loses 3 off of that one. John Ward gains 1 off of it. Overstreet gains 2 off of it. So, not a very mixed up pit, but a couple of the guys losing and gaining some positions.
And one person we're currently reading in the pits here, Casey Sprinkle. I believe he was involved. I don't really remember if he was involved in that last wreck, but regardless, he's still taking his time in the pits here. So but they're all coming around. I don't know if he's going to make it out here before going a lap down.
Yeah, definitely something to pay attention to. Not quite sure what's going on with him. I think the 4 guys involved in that last one were Masowicz, Steinbach, and the 2 McCulloughs. So maybe something unrelated, maybe a little unrelated damage from Casey Sprinkle, but how about Falkingham at... Luke?
Yeah.
What do we think about this?
This? Wow. You know, this really, like you said, Kevin, you said it best a minute ago. With that caution, that happened in just the right time, that really makes things interesting here.
You think they're going to come back in and try to get one more
I think we are.
Touch up on fuel for the guys?
I think we are, Kevin. I think these guys are going to try to stretch it out here. I mean, well, so far from what we've seen, these guys have stayed green a majority of the pass-throughs out here tonight. So, I mean, one's got to wonder out here. I think these guys are really going to try to go for it and hope that the race stays green and just, see if they can run things out.
Yeah, definitely a strategy I'm not too familiar with. I would have imagined they would have just only came through on that second pit. I thought it was just going to be penalties, but I think they stopped in their boxes. If I saw it correctly.
Yeah, it looked like it. So I believe most of the guys out there are going to top up on fuel. That's going to give everybody a chance to catch back up, including Casey Sprinkle. He's out of the pits now. Yeah, but so far, Kevin, I mean, we're going to be 19 to go when we start this one again. We've seen a lot of green flag racing, only one caution out here. So, I mean, it like you said, it really does shake things up here, Kevin. You got any more thoughts about, how different this race is now that caution was thrown?
Yeah, and these drivers probably expecting what we're expecting, another long green flag run. And with it only being a 15-car field, I don't think there's too much to worry about. Fogingham lost 7 spots, so, like, you know, nothing too concerning taking that extra touch up on fuel. So, I think it was, a decision. I'm not quite sure what the exact fuel read is on these cars, so I'm not quite sure how close they're really cutting it, but I'd imagine it's pretty damn close if they decided to do that. But we're going green this time by regardless. They're going through the Geico restart zone, and the flag is waving. Here at Talladega, 20 laps to go, Luke. We are green.
Once again, we are green out here, Kevin, and we are already under caution, apparently. Not too sure how or why. We're going to have to probably go back and take a look at that one.
Yeah, and you just say the word, Luke, and I'll go start bugging drivers about what that one was about, because it didn't appear to me like anything happened.
Yep, that was the caution right there.
Well, I will be back. I'm going to go do a little bit of
go do a
field
little
reporting.
reconnaissance. Yeah, go do some reconnaissance, see what we got. As we await Kevin's answer there, they're going to be pacing around out here again. And, damn. It's, I'm definitely intrigued to see what the word is on that one.
Alright, I got the word, Luke.
What's the word, Kevin? Better not be
It was
bird.
a fat finger.
Ah! Good old fat finger.
Went to clear the black flag on a couple drivers and accidentally hit the caution flag button. And here we are, under our next caution. I'd assume they're going to shorten the length as much as they can. I don't know if iRacing will let us go green around this time, but regardless, I don't think it's going to be too long of a caution.
Yeah, I think we'll just be pacing around. Probably just the one time. I do believe the host can opt to go green the next time by. So assuming they get that in when they go around this time, hopefully they should be able to go green the next time around.
Yeah, and if one of us was betting with Danny or Devin on the amount of cautions, I'm sure someone would be absolutely pissed right now.
Yeah,
that another caution was coming.
Probably. Kevin, now that we've technically had this caution out here, does that change things for some of these drivers?
Yeah, and what it really does, in my opinion, Luke, is it makes Daniel Falkingham and, who was the other guy that did that? I think Kyler might have done it. That strategy we saw where they came back in, I think it really, makes it not matter. I think it was all for nothing, because we're going to see 2 or 3 more pacing laps here, and that's going to save a lot of fuel, so I think these guys are all looking pretty good to get to the end of this race.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate if that is the way that things went there for the guys that took that pit, but who knows? Still a bit of racing left out here. It's still anybody's race, Kevin.
Yeah, and how about I get a first poll going? I've been a little bit lazy with the polls. You know I'm a big fan of those.
Hey, I know you are, Kevin. Any form of, well, kind of gambling you can get, I suppose, right?
Yep.
Anything that runs the odds, I should say.
Yeah, and Devin, it was actually a misclick by RC, so it's a caution, but it's
Not a actual caused incident.
not a super important caution, I guess.
Yeah. No one was involved, anyways, so everyone's going to make it out of this caution unscathed, so pace car is going to be in this time by, and we will hopefully not see a fat finger this time, as Asvernoff and Ward are going to have the command here this time by.
Yeah, and coming to that infamous Geico restart zone, it's going to be the command of Asmanoth, and we are racing here at Talladega in the trucks. I think we have 16 to go here, and it's going to be a super exciting 16 as we have a super tight field. Everyone on the lead lap, everyone's still in a position to win this one.
And, you know, I at least am expecting that third line almost immediately, Kevin. I mean, we saw it pretty much the whole rest of the race leading up to these cautions out here. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are looking to get it going early again.
Honestly, Devin, I think I'm going to opt out of the old gambling on this one. Yeah, I think I'll pick a driver in the R&R if I intend to watch that one, but 16 to go in this one. I'm not very confident in choosing yes or no on that fucking bet.
Not wanting to put any money on the line out here tonight, Kevin?
No, not too much.
Fair enough. It's going to be Trevor Asmanoff with the lead on the inside, John Ward on the outside. They're going to get a good run.
You know, Danny, you're free to take him up on that bet if you do please, but how about Kwame Scott now up there in P2 spot?
And he's made his way up to the front. Nope. How about that third line? It's starting to work, Kevin. I believe that's led by Ethan Eckert.
Ethan Eckert, yep. Ooh, and coming down into the second line, it's going to be can't really tell. I think Steinbach. Kyler Wynn, maybe. Yeah, I think you might be right. But regardless, it was a violent move, as was the pull for Trevor Aspinoff on the inside there. But how about John Ward on the second line, making it work? He drops down, goes a little under the yellow. They sort it out. They do what they can to keep it straight. And John Ward now is your race leader with 14 to go here at Talladega.
Yeah, and Kevin, that could have been really bad there. Good on whoever's behind John Ward there for checking up and making sure he got the appropriate push late into that one.
Yeah, that outside line really seeming to work with Ethan Eckert on it, and a big push from Falkingham, but it's just not going to be enough as the double inside lines get the exit of that turn a lot faster. John Ward currently your leader. Kyler Wynn a hair back on him on the second line, though. Asmanoff and Steinbach are pushing those lines.
And how about Kenny McCullough? He's I believe rocking P6 right now. He's right around that middle line right now. He's I believe going to actually make his way up into the third row now. Yeah, he's going to make his way to the third row. How about that? He was involved in that the first caution out here, the actual caution. Good on him to recover there.
Yeah, and that's the glory of a fast repair out here. Both of McCulloughs still in this one, both of them fighting for positions. Currently running P4 and P9. No one's out of this race, Luke. I mean, we only have 12 laps to go. We've only seen one real caution. But, I mean, everyone's still within 0.7 of a second of each other. So it's very good to see. back settled into too wide for the most part, and Kyler Wynn is going to be your race leader for now.
I'm gonna say, Kevin, I'm a little surprised that they're filing back into too wide. As soon as I say that, that third line is being stuck in the
Yeah, and someone always wants it, but nobody wants to get stranded out there on it. So,
lose a lot of speed
right now,
so.
Ethan Eckert going to try it, but nobody really is going to go with him, and he's going to fall back to the back of the pack.
Maybe just wait until later laps here.
Yeah, and it's going to be some, not too much racing to go here at Talladega, but, definitely would still consider this anybody's race, and if there's anybody that can make that transfer 12 spots, it would be Ethan Eckert.
There's that third line. They're getting it running right now. It's Daniel Falkingham leading the third line right now currently. I believe they're going to get 16. Nope. And they're going to immediately file back and going to leave Daniel Falkingham out there by himself. That's unfortunate.
How about Casey Sprinkle now in the top 3? He was currently... He was running last place at the last restart, so a good transfer for him.
It's going to be 9 to go this time by, Kevin. We're going to start to approach the bottom half of this quarter of this race here. I think it's going to start getting a lot more intense here pretty quickly.
And you're with the witching hour looming, that third line seems to peak out as well. And you can see it's already starting with the 12 car of Ethan Eckert. And I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys really pack into that third line and try to transfer some spots, because that's what it's made there. That's what it's there for. And some of these guys run the bottom line, like, Daniel Falkingham, Joey Maswicks. Some of them probably gonna peak up there and maybe even give it a try, because as you can see, it's working with just 2 cars a little bit.
I mean, it's been working all night. I just feel like they just need to have the car support to really get it going. They've settled back to 2 wide here, but a lot of vehicles on that outside line instead of that inside line. You got to be, I mean, I really am expecting that third line here any minute, to be honest with you.
And here it comes, maybe the 39 car, taking a peek at it. That's going to be Daniel Falkingham. That ain't
Number
39.
90, number 99, Kwame Scott.
99. Kwame
He's got
Scott.
3 cars with him.
Yep, and
Ooh, getting a little loose there in the middle of the pack, but they're going to sort things out. And how about Kenny McCullough making his way to the lead after falling back in that first caution, Kevin?
yeah, and he's really picked off these spots one by one. No super, exciting moves running top of the line or something, but very strategic, very composed, and he's now in the lead of this race with 7 to go and picking his lines.
It's been a good one out here tonight, Kevin, and it's been an exciting one. And that third line really starting to get a good run here. I believe it's going to be a really tight finish out here.
And Daniel Falkingham has made his way back into the inside line, and he's 3 cars back, so, in striking distance, but not quite there. As McCullough is still picking different lines and maintaining the lead, trying to kill some runs maybe, but here comes Kyler Wynn on the outside, and out of exit they're going to get the speed, and he regains the lead, getting pushed by the 59 car of Casey Sprinkle now. Ethan Eckert also on that line. So the inside is going to be McCullough, Asmanoff, and
Kenny's below the track.
Kenny goes low.
He holds it, though.
Sorting it out. Regardless, that's going to kill a lot of momentum out here. And Casey Sprinkle transfers inside in front of Kenny McCullough. The third line is here, though, Luke. It's made its way all the way up, and it's led by the 99 car of Kwame Scott. So Tyler Wynn drops down in front of Casey Sprinkle. We're 5 to go here, so it's racing time, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, Kwame Scott, he's no stranger to the top in the lead here. He's definitely one of your guys who's usually on the front. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Daniel Falkingham make their way back up. Because Daniel Falkingham, he's starting to make his way back up into the top couple rows here.
Yeah, and he's experimenting with that second line now. He's been running the inside line a lot. I know a lot of these guys like that inside line just because of the safety aspect of it, but there's no time for that now. We're 5 to go, and you just have to go where the speed is. And I think he's opted that is going to be on that second line. As you're going through the trioval, it seems about even. Right now, the outside line has a stronger run. They're clear by 1, and that's going to be Kyler Wynn dropping down on the inside. But here comes Ethan Eckert. They're still fast, despite Kyler dropping in. Turns 1 and 2 is going to kill that, and the inside line is going to get some speed. But regardless, Ethan Eckert's going to have a lot of speed coming out of this one, and he's going to give a big push to Kyler Wynn. Casey Sprinkle now leading the inside line.
Look at John
Third
Ward.
line is making a run with John Ward. That is a fast car up there, Luke.
Holy shit, yeah, they're starting to clear there, only having 4 vehicles right now. Kyler Wynn going to elect to drop down to the bottom line. John Ward isn't clear. That's going to make room there for Ethan Eckert on the middle line. And it's going to be John Ward, Kyler Wynn, and Ethan Eckert, your current 3 race leaders right now, fighting for first. As it's 3 to go, this time by Kevin. The line's starting to get stuffed up a little bit.
Oh, and
we're wrecking on the back straightaway. Kyler Wynn involved. Ethan Eckert's in the wall. Joshua McCullough in the wall as well. And there's many vehicles involved out here. And we are on our 3rd caution of the night, our 2nd actual caution. And I believe that's going to take us to a green-white checkered, Kevin.
Yeah, and it definitely is, but let's go back and take a look at that one, because that was a hard hit for a couple of those guys. I know John Ward running that outside line, not what you really wanted to see if you're, for John Ward. He just, I don't know. By the time that the wrecking started, everyone was fanned out trying to avoid what they knew was coming. So let's go back a little bit more there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think John Ward made it through that. John Ward made it through it, but he had to brake pretty heavy. Watch. That happens up in front of John Ward there. Casey Sprinkle looks like got into the 82. We'll have to go look and get an actual confirmation of that. But John Ward with some skilled braking there manages to get through that one. Wow.
Now let's take a look and see how that one started, because I see Kwame Scott also flying, so
it happens,
unfortunate for him.
I believe up there near the lead. Ooh, Casey Sprinkle gets turned a little sideways, I believe, by a little awkward push.
Sprinkle and McCullough. Let's go back and take a look at maybe the shot. I don't know. Any overhead view we have that we can see how this push went from Kenny McCullough?
Oh, and I see the car behind.
Yeah, that was
Kenny
Josh.
Push.
That was Josh McCullough pushing Kenny into Casey Sprinkle.
They just weren't
maybe
lined
when
up
Casey
right.
Sprinkle didn't need a push.
He just wasn't lined up right, I think, and I think that's what caused it. And obviously, he sends, I believe that was Kyler Wynn over into the wall. And then that obviously involves the rest of them. But one person I definitely want to see here in the cockpit view is John Ward. I want to see how he manages to get through that one unscathed. So, he's got the open lane here, and he sees it happening in front of him. Sees him come back. Cars start collecting. Nails on the brakes. Oh, my. And manages to get through that one. Good on John Ward's nice braking there to get through that one. I'll go and jump back live here. Your current race leader is going to be Casey Sprinkle, Daniel Falkingham, and Ambrose Niebel.
would have sworn Falkingham was at least minorly involved in that incident, but I might be wrong.
Maybe he took a side hit but managed to stay all right here. Who knows? Either way, he's still up in contention here. And first green-white checker to the night, Kevin. I know we talked about how the earlier cautions affected these guys, but it's all going to come down to these last 3 laps here.
Yeah, and a couple guys to look out for that have been fast all day is Falkingham and Asmanoth. I'd assume they're going to be on the same line, and that's really going to give some speed to these guys. Interesting to see Kenny McCullers at the back of the line, though. Not quite sure how that one happened. He got through the wreck in second. I don't know. Maybe give it an EOL. Not quite sure on that one.
Yeah, tough to say. We'll maybe learn more after the race, but unfortunate either way, whatever happened.
Yeah, and we're going to be going green. Not this time by, but the next time by. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout. As we all know, that last lap is, really where it's to be looked for. Everyone's up to speed. Everyone's, doing anything they can to get into the money. But first, you just have to get through that first lap. And what a lot of these guys do is they think it's a 1-lap shootout, basically. Not in a literal sense, but they get too excited and they cause the incident before you come all the way back around. So I think the name of the game here is going to be a little bit of doing what you can, but also being on the lookout for some of these other drivers because as Falkingham goes to the inside of Sprinkle and they make a little bit of contact, just trying to sort out who's with who.
It's going to be an exciting last couple laps out here, Kevin. I believe we're going to see the drivers putting it all out here on the field tonight.
Yeah, and how about the big Roos, Luke, running top 5 now?
Bugging out that UI back in 5th place for us right now, but that is okay.
Yeah, and they're coming through 3 right now, and it's going to be the command of one Casey Sprinkle when we go green here. It's going to be 2 laps once again. And Luke, with green-white checkers, I think it's going to be the same thing that we've kind of had in the back of our minds this whole race. Will these guys have enough fuel for 3 green-white checkers if it were to happen? I think the only way we can find out is to wait and see, Luke.
I was going to say, we have to get there first, but it's still anybody's race out here. Casey Sprinkle and Daniel Falkingham leading the charge. They're going across the delayed restart. There it is. We're green, and off we go. With 2 to go out here at Talladega with the SSK Invitational.
Yeah, and Casey Sprinkle on that outside line with a decent jump. But here comes Falkingham. Not a great push so far from that inside line, but here they come. They're getting some speed going out of turn 2. We know the speed on the exit's going to be on the high line. So we're going to have to see what happens. We're going down the backstretch for what we would assume is going to be the second to last time tonight. Casey Sprinkle on the outside with a lot of speed. Falkingham on the inside with just as much. Third line, it's coming fast.
Joey
and it's going to be Joey
all the
Maslowitz.
wrecking behind.
They're wrecking. Hold it together, fellas. And they do not. We are under caution for the 4th time.
Oh, boy. And that's going to take us to our second green-white checkered of the night, Kevin.
Yes, it is. And a good run for Falkingham on the inside line there to get back into the choice position. for the next restart. Casey Sprinkle still running P2. But how about Joey Mazowicz? He really got up there in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, that third line was making a run, Kevin. I thought he was going to get all the way up there to the front. Really have a good contention here for the lead there. As I thought we were going to see the white flag, but I was wrong again, and we're going to see another green-white checkered out here, Kevin. You know, it's I want to say it's been relatively clean out here tonight, Kevin, but we've seen some wrecks now. We've seen some tight racing. What are you expecting here out of this second green-white checkered? Do you think we'll see a third one, or do you think they're gonna hold things together?
Yeah, and overall it has been a pretty clean race. This is technically our third caution. It said it reads fourth, but one with a little bit of a misclick. So overall, three cautions. It's been clean, but it's honestly been a little bit more chaotic than I thought it was going to be after we saw those first 10 laps. So I think the name of the game is going to have to be, reeling it in a little bit as Falkingham comes in to top off.
You know, we're actually going to see about half the field come in here. Trevor Asranoff, Big Roost heading in, Overstreet, Steinbach, Joshua, Wingo. We're seeing about half the field here in the pits right now. But Joey Mazowitz going to be your current race leader, followed by Niebel, Casey Sprinkle, and John Ward. You know, I think that kind of answered your question there, Kevin. It seems like these guys having to go into the pits here for some fuel, maybe. So maybe fuel is a question for some of these drivers out here, if we do see another.
Yeah, you gotta wonder what these fuel tanks can hold, because they were running on about 20 laps. I thought they could get about 23 out of these things, but maybe starting to think otherwise. With Falkingham opting to be the first to pit, that's gonna drop him 8 positions.
And it's definitely going to shake things up here.
Okay, so there's a new fuel gauge. We're reading in the
Is.
chat.
Like as of the update.
Uh, I would assume so. I don't fucking know, Luke.
And seems that we were both just as clueless about this subject as.
Well, the issue, I mean, I look at Bob Pockris, so I'm just going based off what the actual trucks, like in real life, can hold. And with there being an iRacing update that changes fuel gauges, I'm just clueless. And now I'm getting word that Devin Ray is just fucking screwing with us, so now I don't even
God
know
damn
what's
it.
going on.
We've been hoodwinked.
We have indeed been hoodwinked, Luke, but I really don't know. I really do not know what these things can hold.
Well. Either way,
Oh, I got you,
assuming.
Devin. About 28 laps, which really is interesting, Luke. Can we take a look at when the last pit was for Casey Sprinkle? Because I know he pit when the rest of the gang pit, which was 19. It's a 36 lap race. Say after this it's like 38 because we've already done a couple laps under caution for that. So that's like another 19. So I just Oh, it's 28 off a full tank. I thought you meant it was 28 on the 65%. So it's actually like 18, which makes sense.
Okay, I gotcha.
With it being a 65% fuel race, I guess they can run about 18, which they're really cutting it close on. I'm sure they've been able to do some fuel saving with our 4 cautions, but it's going to be interesting to see if these guys can make it the rest of the way.
You know, assuming we don't have another caution out here, I think everybody will be good to go. But I mean, if we do see another green-white checkered, it's definitely going to be a situation to consider for a lot of these drivers out here that have been sitting out for a while. I know our top 3 have been out here for quite some time without a pit.
And as it turns out, Luke, I am wrong again.
Let's go. You know what? Either way, Meisowitz, Niebel, Sprinkle, your current 3 race leaders. Second green-white checkered of the evening. We're going to be green this time by.
Yeah, we are Devin. It's gonna be the R&R series at I think about 10 o'clock. I don't know. It should be on our schedule on YouTube, but we will be covering James Wagner's race, so we're excited for that one. But enough about that. Let's go back to racing with SSK. 2 laps to go here. Pace car is in. It's going to be the command of Joey Mazowicz on the front line. They are gearing up to go full force. No holding back at this point, Luke, and we are green here at Talladega.
And off we go again here, Kevin, for the second green-white checker of the night. Joey Meisowitz is going to have the lead here. He's going to kind of stay up in between that second bottom line, but I believe he's going to opt to take that high line here, as Casey Sprinkle is going to get a run on the inside.
Yeah, and Casey Sprinkle making it work on the high side or inside, but how about John Ward going up there 3 wide, making it work, and he's getting a lot of speed here on the backstretch.
And it seems that third line has a lot of speed on that back straightaway, Kevin. I don't know if it's just the drivers that are out there, but ooh, gets a little stuffed up, and it's going to be 3 wide. Oh, Casey
Sprinkle sideways.
He holds it together, I believe. Everyone's shuffling around a little bit. Everyone holds it together. Casey Sprinkle drops to the back. And I believe...
How about Joey Mazowicz now? He's being pushed by the 04 of Knebel, but Trevor Asmanoff on that high line being pushed by Daniel Falkingham. White flag is out. 1 to go here at Talladega. Trevor Asmanoff on the high line now making it work. He's being pushed by Daniel Falkingham. The inside line is going to be Joey Mazowicz and Knebel. They're 2 by 2. John Ward not out of this one either. I know he likes that high line. We're going to see if he makes it happen. And that inside line getting really shaky, and they're super mixed up, and that's going to kill it completely. Trevor Asmanoff now in the lead, pushed by Falkingham. Ward in third. It's a single file race down the backstretch for the last time here. Trevor Asmanoff leading. Falkingham, when's he going to make the move? He's going to do it now, and he's going to be pushed out of the way by John Ward. Here comes that inside line again, and Kyler Wynn looking at it. He's going to be pushed by John Ward. Trevor Asmanoff on the super inside, going to try to carry it all the way. Now how about McKinney McCullough now at the line, getting a little bit of draft, but I think it's going to be Trevor Asmanoff at the line.
Holy cow. What a finish. Ooh.
Wow, what a race, and what a finish. How about Kenny McCullough making it back up into the front? How about the Big Roos getting a podium spot? But Trevor Asmanoff able to hang on and get the race win here with SSK.
And how about it? I do believe I recall you saying he's had some recent success out here with the SSK, so good on him for keeping his good luck run going.
Yeah, and wow, what a finish. I mean, it could have been anybody's race there at the end. It seemed like it shuffled through about 10 times.
And that was a wild one, Kevin. And how about Trevor Asmanoff? He managed to get that one done.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to go over and see. I want to say he won last night. Or, let's see, streamed 23 hours ago. For Speedway Kingz. I want to say he won this one. I know he was running good.
Either way, your current post-race results.
Yeah, he did.
That's going to be Trevor Asmanoff. It's going to be Kenny McCullough Jr. in second. Chris, the Big Roos Walker. John Ward, Ethan Eckert, Joshua McCullough, Ambrose Niebel, and many more.
And how about a day for the Jack Shack? That's 2 podium finishes for them. I know some fans in the chat. MMS also getting a podium finish after a altogether shaky day, but celebrating this one's going to be Trevor Asmanoff.
And he is doing a burnout all the way back past the restart.
Getting rid of the rest of those tires.
And what an exciting win for him. We're going to go back and take a look at that checkered flag moment. That was an exciting one. I just don't think Kenny had the support with him. I think if somebody was on his bumper, he could have seriously had a chance to win this one, but no support there for him, unfortunately. Whoever has Renard looking to get that one done, and he manages to do it out here tonight. And that 50-50 pull you had out there, Kevin, seems as though it didn't pay out in someone's favor out there. Daniel Falkingham went from, what was that, P2 or P3 all the way back to P10 to finish this race.
Yeah, and a bad break for him, a bad break for a lot of these guys. Casey Sprinkle went for a little trip there at the end. Able to hang on to it, but falling to the back. That inside line was looking good off the first lap of the restart, and then, man, it died. It just turned into, not a line at all. But, first interview, who do you want to get in here, Luke? You want to get our third place finisher, Big Roost?
Yeah, might as well. We'll work our way up.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm currently trying to pull up the results so I don't get anything wrong. Alright. Ready when you are.
Yep, all yours.
Hey, Chris, guys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, how about that finish for you and your teammate there on that last restart? You made a hell of a transfer. I'm reading, what was it, around P12 up into a podium spot there at the end. You want to talk us through how that last restart transpired?
To be honest, I don't know. I just went where nobody else was. And then I guess they ended up wrecking there at the end. A few of them did, but yeah, at the end of the day, I couldn't leave a teammate, so I had to shove him, obviously. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and it was a great race. There was a lot of clean racing out there. We saw, I want to say it was 4 cautions, but realistically about 3. You were able to keep your car in pretty good shape. I know a lot of big incidents for some of these guys out there. You think that plays a big role in your success tonight?
I mean, yeah, it's always nice to have a clean truck, which I had damage all the way till the last time I pit right there with like the sack of green, white, checkered. Just wouldn't allow the truck to suck up at all. So we went down, got that fixed, put some fuel in it, and it seemed to make a world of difference. So
Yeah, and it was a good run there at the end. Congratulations on the podium finish. Thanks for the interview. Anyone you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
oh yeah, obviously got to shout out to Jack Shack. If it wasn't for the team, then I probably wouldn't be here. Also need to shout out Premier Setups. Other than that, Big Goose Graphics. And Jimmy Crow for letting us do this. I'm so glad that Jimmy's back. Definitely puts a smile on my face and a lot of others. So, yeah, and appreciate you guys broadcasting this.
All right, I appreciate it, Chris. A good finish for you and a good finish for the team. Thanks for the interview.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, you too. Hey, that was Chris, the Big Roost Walker, with a third place finish here at Talladega, Luke.
And a good finish for him. He managed to fight his way up there to the front and get a good finish out here.
Yeah, and how about we go ahead and I think we're going to go straight to our race winner. I don't see Kenny in the waiting room, so I think we're going to go straight to our race winner out here and see if we can just get that interview going.
I'm gonna come.
Hey, Trevor. Guys in the booth. You got to read?
Yes, sir, I do.
Maybe start your celebration a little early after getting the win here at Talladega, but nonetheless, a great race for you, a great race for the Jack Shack. You want to talk us through how that one went?
I was cussing, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. On that last restart before the last, I was cussing because I had to pit, and I can't even tell you what happened. I just know I went third. John Ward jumped up in front of me. We were pushing. He cleared down. I cleared down in front, and I just blocked like all hell. That was it. Everybody that was behind me that I saw in this little mirror was getting the block, and that's what I did. I almost messed it up. Not gonna lie to you. I think it was like right before the trial. I almost died, but I didn't. And the Jack Shack came 1-3, baby. Chris Walker came up there and he said, "Yeet," and he gave me that little yeet, and I got the dub, man. I can't be mad at it. 2 nights in a row, BT Dubs. 2 nights in a row. I'll take it.
Yeah, I got the win at ARCA last night and was able to get the win tonight. We talk a lot about how much momentum can mean to these super speedway races. How can you carry that on in the future? And you think the success is gonna keep coming from you and the Jack Shack as a whole?
Well, it's either gonna go up or downhill from here. So it's one or the other, man. Uh, I'm just gonna stick with it. Just keep doing what I'm doing, man. Just hoping and praying for the best, and always stay out. Every single time, it's always stay out because I ain't trying to go to the back, man. Not anytime soon. So yeah, the Jack Shack's on a roll right now, man. Everybody's been cashing, everybody's been making, everybody's been winning it. I got 2 in a row. I cannot be mad at that at all. I'm hoping that we could take this forward to next week and the week after that and the next race and the race after that. So I'm hoping, baby. I'm hoping and praying. And I'm hoping I'm here again. I'm hoping I see y'all next week.
Yeah, we're hoping so too. It's been a fun interview. Anybody you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Oh yeah, baby. I gotta thank Chris Walker, of course, man. Jack Shack, he came up there and like I said, he gave me that big old yeet, big roost. I gotta thank Jimmy Crow for putting these on, man. He's a handful sometimes, but that Joker, I'll tell you what, whenever you get it going, the going is good, and he puts on some good races. Gotta thank you guys for the broadcast. Cannot wait to watch this back. Always love the broadcast. Can't wait for it. And hey man, let's do this again. Let me see y'all next week too.
Yeah, we love it. And a couple fans in the chat for you, so maybe back when you go back and see the broadcast, you're going to see some guys rooting for you and rooting for Jack Shack. But all in all, a great race for you, great race for the team, and congratulations, Trevor.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I'm out of fuel right now, sitting on pit road. I'll be here another 30 minutes.
All right, that's what we love to see.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Appreciate
Thanks
y'all.
for the interview. Yep. That was Trevor Asmanoff, your race winner, Luke, and a little bit of a mistiming maybe there at the beginning of the interview.
Just a little bit, but a lot of excitement for him. He had a really good finish out here tonight, Kevin, and he's looking to keep things rolling out here. He's had some recent success, and he's looking to continue things on out here, and it was an exciting one out here, Kevin.
Yeah, and speaking of keeping things rolling, Luke, we are going to be live again in just a little over an hour with R&R. So, that's James Wagner's racing series, and I'm super excited for that one too. So stay tuned, race fans, because we're going to be hopping onto another stream in just a little bit over an hour at Xfinity in the trucks, or Xfinity at Talladega.
Yeah, and that sure is going to be exciting, Kevin, and I believe that's probably going to do it out here for us tonight. Quick thank you to Jimmy Crow for putting this thing on and inviting us out here as always. It's always a blast, and I guess we'll see you viewers here back on the R&R Racing Series. We'll see you guys